Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. So today we have a new thing to do. Our lesson for today will be alright, so let's just open the designer and let's go, or let's just open the application and see where we are at. So here we have all of this student section done, but we need that side menu so we can add more sections. So this is as a student section. There is still the attendance, the fees, and the settings sections, so we need a menu for that, side menu by the way, and some changes first. I kind of forgot to do them, which is to make this date edit day, month, and year. So let's just do that. Let's open the designer, the main, where is it? Alright, this is our file. Let's go to our second tab and let's edit this one. So property editor. So here we have the day, here we have the month, and the year, same as this one. We have the day and we have the month and we have the year. This one is an uppercase M, and hit save button, and I guess we are done with that for now. Alright, so we have, let's just check where we are at with the whole thing before we move on to another new thing. Alright, so yeah, this is all I wanted to fix for the moment, and let's create our side menu thing. First things first, so let's just, can we make this smaller? Okay, I just did this little move so I can control the overall thing. Can I? No, I can't. So the thing is, I need a frame, and I will add that just right here. So let's just search for it. So I need a frame. Alright, so let's open the property editor for this thing. This needs to be, no, I need a frame. So okay, I have a weird mouse, so let me just find, oh, just leave it. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to add in the width section, so minimum size is 100 in its width, at least to make it big so we can see what we put in there. Or let's make it 200 for that matter. Let's try 155, so let's do 55. Yeah, that's okay. And let's put some buttons in there. So push buttons. This is one. We only need 4. We might as well copy them now. So we have the student, and we have the attendance section. So later on we are gonna use what? We are gonna use images or PNGs instead. So this will be like an icon instead of a button. So you won't see the right end, you will just see an image that represents whatever you want. So here we have the fees and the settings section. So each section itself has a tab widget. So there are like, this will be a sub tab into another big tab, and that's what we need to add next. So first of all, let's just make the layout grid, and let's make this alright. Okay, here I need no space, no left margin, nothing. I just want it clear, so these things will expand to fill in the gaps. The other thing is I want this tab widget to be a sub tab widget, which represents this button or this section of the whole application. So let me find tab widget, but wait, first of all I need to cut this one from here, or let's just Ctrl Z and come back. Let's take this. Can't I just select this frame? All right. Okay, now I can select the frame. So when those were expanded or filled in the whole place, I can select the frame. So now I can just make this minimum size a fixed size, so the maximum is 155. Now I can cut that without a problem, and let's get these things in the way they were. So policy is preferred. Let's do this, and let's select the tab. Let's cut the tab. Let's make a new widget in here, and then paste in the previously cutted tab, and then make the layout in grid. So just by the way, I'm speaking like this because it's 3 in the morning, so, and I didn't go to sleep yet. Okay, so I'm really tired, but we're gonna go through this inshallah. So now I need to name the tab widget. So like you see, the whole thing is repetitive. The principles of a Qt or PyQt application is just knowing how to add widgets, playing with the layout, and I'm gonna show you some tricks like the ones I did to show you the preferred thing in here. And there are also some tricks to make the whole thing relative or like responsive. Oh, what's this? This is definitely not responsive, but I'm gonna show you how to deal with it eventually. So let's just change the name for student for now. This tab 1 for student. And we're another thing, when we are gonna open our application, we are gonna make this titles in here, the first tab things, or the first tab header titles, or whatever you want to call it. We're gonna make it invisible, so you only see the tab of the section that you are in. The second thing is by the way, attendance. So let's add more sections. So insert page after current page, and insert page after current page. Let's call this we have the fees and we have the settings. So let's set the settings section to settings. So let's save it and let's see what's the problem here. Oh, so there is no problem. It just, oh, because I opened the widget box, it overlapped or something. Because this doesn't happen, because this thing is a fixed size, like you see, and it can't move. So what we have just seen before this, I don't know why that happened. It's just a glitch or something, but that is not supposed to happen when you open the application, and it won't happen because it's a fixed size, so it can't overlap with each other. That's actually why we did that. And by the way, the way I've used a group box is to use that feature as well. Doing that with the frame is not hard, but it's like it's not like with the group box. Each thing has a good purpose to it, and that's how I see it. So I just do this based on my experience, that's all. Okay, so now we have the side menu that we want. Next thing is we're gonna try to have these buttons open them sections, and then we are gonna go on and build each one of these subsections in the next videos, inshallah. So just save your file, exit the designer. Let's try what we have done, or let's launch the application again. So tab B, index.py, and there we go. Now we have the buttons in here which are not working, not just yet, and our sections and our first subsection. So based, or as far as the UI goes, I think we are done making the UI, not counting of course the naming of these line edits and date edits, because we need to rename everything so we can have better use of it in code. And by the way, I highly recommend that you find your own like naming conventions for your buttons. So if you are gonna be building a lot of these GUI applications, you might wanna have a naming convention so you don't go back and forth opening and closing the designer to just figure out what you have named your line edit before the code, because you may want to do the UI first, like I've talked about in the previous video, and then go on and do your code. So now everything in the UI is working as it's supposed to be. We only need to make these open these sections like I've told you, and move on to the UI of these other sections. So to conclude it, assalamu alaikum, see you later.